And the best and the greatest day to be alive is today. And welcome to the Wise Hour. I'm your host, Jay Mullane, also known as Wise. Well, we be dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. So this is going to be a special show today. It's still around the holiday season, and what we want to do is address just being overwhelmed. And trust me, a lot of people are dealing with this day in one form or another. So I have an expert here that know how to keep you focused, to get you unstuck and move you into clarity. So definitely want you to tune in because 24 karat gold bars definitely dropped indeed. I'm not gonna hold you guys, but what I need you to do first is subscribe, hit the like button, and definitely share. We're a community here, family. And what we want to do is keep on growing, because what we want to do is bring tips and solutions for life problems. And there's a problem of being overwhelmed. Then also we can get some more information about some transformation stuff that this amazing coach is doing as well. So definitely tune in. So family, let's go.
At the Wise Hour, we break through the night, bringing knowledge fire, so hold on tight. Every episode, a story to unfold. We're turning every minute into gold.
All right, everyone, this is a place where we dropping 24 karat gold bars. Indeed. Okay, y'all guys is no stranger to this guest here, and this is Coach Lekeisha. I am LaKeisha.com. This is a certified John Maxwell coach. I tell you right now, she knows everything dealing with mental health, dealing with struggles in life. And trust me, she's one of my coaches in life to keep me in the straight and narrow path of focusing on my mental health and making sure that I am not stuck, but I'm unstuck and I maintain to stay focused. So great to have you here, Coach. How are you doing today?
I am doing amazing today. I was looking forward to this amazing conversation that we were going to have. So we're ready to get into it.
All right. Yeah, we're going to talk about being overwhelmed. This is the holiday season, the end of the year, and a lot of things going on. Those who's in the corporate life, like I am, also those who are in business life, entrepreneurs, like I am as well. I got dual hat people, and just dealing with family and situation, and where we all are. And this season we can get overwhelmed. So we want to talk about that and bring that to light with some issues, identify some symptoms of it, and how to, not be overwhelmed. So we got this amazing coach here, and Coach Lekeisha. In case you are no stranger to this platform, but just in case somebody tune in for the first time, can you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Well, I am LaKeisha, and I'm a midlife empowerment coach, speaker, and a television show host of Confused to Focus TV. And through my resources and conversations and courses, I break down to women and men on how to feel less overwhelmed, gain clarity, and also build confidence moving forward ahead. And as a John Maxwell coach, I utilize a lot of the principles that I taught from there and share it to the world today.
I'm talking about 24 karat gold bars dropped. Indeed. Come on now. I love it. So what we're gonna do, family, we're not gonna we're not gonna keep it. We're gonna talk about this subject right now. And this subject is dealing with navigating through being overwhelmed. There's an article, coach, that you actually mentioned, and I'd like you to bring some light about this article before we go into some talking points about this. So tell us a little bit about the article.
Yes, the article that I brought to you, was on something that happens to a lot of people, and it's really a trigger. Just how you feel so overwhelmed with life. And, when you think about overwhelm, it seems so big, but honestly, it really affects you and your mindset and your family around you and then your community, honestly. Honestly, when it comes to feeling overwhelmed, it's the sagas of, not just the bad things, but sometimes it could be just the happy, exciting things. You're just juggling everything together, not knowing what to do. And it's really hard to really delegate it with the pressures of life. And honestly, the expectations that people had on you. Sometimes you're overwhelmed with that. And honestly, it can become so overwhelming to where you don't know how to manage it all. And it really honestly breaks you down. It really puts a pause on your life. And really, honestly, we need resources and need to know how to mitigate that and to really put a pause on a lot of things that happen to us. And it's the holiday season. That's a lot going on and a lot of expectation. And when you don't know how to deal with it, this particular process in this article, how we are truly overwhelmed, and it happens to the best of us. And honestly, what happens is like we don't know how to manage it, and honestly, it triggers us when the holiday season's happening, like loud birthday parties, even weddings, or even with transitions with people leaving us, in our life, it comes overwhelming, and we don't know how to really, manage it. And honestly, we are going to conform and do it, but we need to do it moving forward ahead by trying to cope it. We can cope it in a positive way, or we can cope with it in a negative way. But the whole point is, we're needing to know how to balance it in life, business, in our ministries, in our personal life, even in our bodies. And a lot of times we just need information. And this particular article provides resources and knowledge on how we can continue to build on that and honestly mitigate it. And honestly, I knew it was going to be perfect for this conversation, because this is really my genius zone, and honestly how we can actually be able to build on it. And I love this to be able to share with the world.
Okay, awesome. You mentioned the word breakdown. Can you break down the symptoms that of feeling overwhelmed and that actually I believe come from the article?
Yeah, so the symptoms that really happens when it comes to overwhelm, honestly, mental fatigue, in our emotions, exhaustion, and honestly, in our physical stress that we have. We can have good stress, we can have bad stress as well, but honestly, just knowing how to mitigate it when it is unhealthy. And, a lot of times we cope with it when we want to know how to do it. And honestly, some people use alcohol, they use other elements in order to mitigate it, when honestly, it's not healthy. A lot of times we become paralyzed when it comes to that. And then we avoid things, honestly, avoiding like procrastination, and honestly, just really not doing the tasks that we know we need to do. And it's difficult to really manage it at all and prioritize it. So a lot of times that happens when you are overwhelmed with life.
Okay, I'll look at this as well because I'm a person who experienced being overwhelmed one time or another. It's just when you take on with me, I only can speak for me. When I take on so many tasks that I didn't need to take on, or carrying, I call it having a superhero complex. Saying you want to save the world and you do everything to try to save the world, but you sacrifice yourself. And what happens is you sacrifice your sleep, you sacrifice how you eat, you sacrifice just your piece of being. You're not working out, you're not eating healthy and stuff, and all them things, by you just being overwhelmed by wanting just life in general, and then everything get impacted. So one thing I have learned from you is, you have to pause, take it easy, breathe, put your oxygen. You always say put your oxygen mask on first before you try to put the oxygen mask on other people. And I had to do that because I would get to the point where I get overwhelmed, and overwhelm will cause you to go through the phase I'll call it burnout. And I would get to the point I started feeling burnout. So I had to do a self assessment upon myself and realize, oh, what am I actually doing? Is this going to really be beneficial? What am I accomplishing? What's my attentions here? Is the attention going to what's going to be the cause of effect? Is I put my attention here? Do I need to put my attention here? Do I need to take care of this situation here, or this is somebody else's responsibility? The other things you got to ask your question. You got to ask yourself, you assess yourself and realize what is impacting you. And that can be different for each and every person, right, Coach? Everybody got
Yeah.
their own ways of just dealing with certain things. And what I love about what you're talking about being overwhelmed is, first of all, you got to identify yourself. You got to be aware, you know what? I'm being overwhelmed. I'm being overwhelmed, and you got to identify within yourself. So with that, what's some real world triggers, especially since you deal with midlife women, but also you deal with men too, because you got me on the coaching standpoint too. So what are some real life triggers that we need to be aware of?
Yes, some real life triggers that we can be aware of is honestly, just what's happening with our bodies. Honestly, when we are have headaches, and when we're stressed out, and really just really having, just don't know how to manage that, and where you're anxious and you're really sharp with things, with how to deal with life. You're sharp with people that surround you and connecting with them, and really just not knowing how to put that pause on. And a lot of times I'm telling you this, even for women, that's the reason why, I deal with midlife women. Definitely, I'm in midlife, and women, I understand it. We're juggling a lot of worlds, definitely juggling the children, juggling in relationships, your partners, and juggling with family, and just really being stressed way too thin. And honestly, even for men, you're juggling the family, you're juggling with the business, women in business too, but men, heavy. Sometimes you're in a position where you're the only financial provider in the home. So you're dealing with those struggles, and you're dealing with family dynamics, having to care for your family that are not able to care for themselves, definitely with career changes. And the women, come on, menopause, we're dealing with that, and have just transitioning in life and knowing how to manage that. And honestly, I'm being honest with you, when being an empty nester, that's a great thing. But honestly, juggling with that because you're bored, you really just don't know how to deal with that. And it's a lot of that going on. And a lot of times I will say with men, the midlife crisis, and just dealing with that, and those headaches, and just, it's not really a win-win. You think that you live the life, you retire, you're good, but you're struggling, you're tired. What do I do next? If they won't let me work anymore, that some other people are saying, oh no, it's time to retire. They give you your little retirement certificate to say you're done. But when you leave, what now? Because you're not really managing anything. So that causes a lot of depression, anxiety, dealing with all of those. And that's how you're dealing with different levels of being overwhelmed.
Okay.
So that's what,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's 24 karat gold ball dropped indeed. So you're talking about midlife crisis, for a male standpoint. So me design, again a sports car, drop top sports car, that's not a problem. I'm it ain't gonna trigger me to go out and just buy one tomorrow. No, you know what I'm saying. I get, I could be able to cope and deal with the situation when I get this sports car. You know what I'm saying? This drop top, sports car, candy apple red. Never mind. No, same.
I like that though, but this is the thing. Listen, if you're like getting that, you're thinking that is going to substitute, the fact that you're unhappy with being, not in the same positions that you were at. That can be unhealthy because now you're depending on that thing, vehicle or something like that transition to a different location. You think that's going to help. And then when you realize it really isn't, until you go within and try to figure out things that you need to do within your body and mindset, it's really hurting yourself. And then you'll really shut down in a really unproductive way.
Okay, since you said that, this bring up this process right here, the pause and process. And I think I kind of mentioned it for myself, but if you could talk about that method, the pause and the process method, and how to manage overwhelming moments.
Oh, yes. So the pause and process method is a method that you can really break down, some of the cycles that you're having, and really getting in touch with your emotions and thoughts. And honestly, if you just really break it down and just pause, honestly, and go through that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 method, and it's really just putting your emotions in a really manageable state. And honestly, you're able to really function and actually begin to take the small things in life and really think versus reacting. Because a lot of times we're so used to reacting very swiftly, but you're really taking a pause to it, not reacting quickly. And then you begin to mitigate and actually say, okay, by me resetting and just taking this pause, now I can respond in a positive way versus in a fearful state of thinking. Because when you take a reset in that way, you're able to make a more manageable and more productive way of life when you're thinking about that by taking that pause method. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right now. Y'all taking that 24 karat gold balls drop in D. I believe that's a song too. Something just rang in my head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I know.
Yeah, it is.
Shout out to LL and all this. But now I got something related to, so it's something I can remember because it take me back to my hip hop days back in the day. So you know what I'm saying. So y'all pray for a brother. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What? Okay. Oh, I love that technique, and like I said, found the process of taking a pause, take a moment, because you can do things off the impulse. And as I mentioned about the car thing, even though I was playing and all that thing like that, but it's real life, because you get to the point you want to cope, and what you do, you get the ideas of trying to take care of things, not really dealing with the rule of the matter, and you're trying to find pleasure in things. And the thing is, what you teach is your self-validation. You love that self, even it's just simple as just saying, hey, I am great, I am good. You know the saying I go by, one in the saying from Coach Antonio Landis Thompson, one of my closest friends, and he always says, and I had adopted for myself, the best and the greatest day to be alive is today. Then also he got another saying, he said, born for greatness. And those things I apply to my life daily. This affirmation for my personal self. And that's why you see me on the platform saying this, that the best and the greatest day to be alive today, because I'm ensuring because today is a great day for me. And as I speak it, I believe it. So therefore it is. So yes, understand the pause, then also walking through the process and realize, hey, you can take moments, you can take the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method and apply these things. So with that being said, Coach, I want to talk about, because how I talk about being paralyzed, the paralysis and being paralyzed, right? So how we convert being paralyzed into productive action steps.
Yes, you can really convert being paralyzed into productive action steps by taking it one day at a time, taking small steps versus trying to get in the big step first, because that can be overwhelming and then become exhausting and fearful. And that's when that fear flight comes in, and where you're not even operating effectively in a positive way. You're operating in for dear life. So when you take it very small, and when you take the really the small step that you need to actually manage at that time, you're actually building confidence within yourself, especially when you succeed in it. And then you can go through it from there. And as you begin to manage your emotions in that way, you're going to build more confidence within yourself, and you're going to feel really that you can do anything, versus taking something big and then you're making a lot of mistakes and therefore actually operating, in a fear of lack. And honestly, you're not lackful. When you've been managing in very small steps, you're actually showing yourself how you can actually begin to achieve anything that you want to. Honestly, you take control of your emotions in that way.
Come on now. 24 karat gold bars dropped indeed. I know y'all guys writing this stuff down. You should be. If not, shame on you. Because the holiday season, we go through a lot. And if we're going through, we know people who are going through. And so I appreciate you, Coach, for just dropping us things of value that we can take into consideration. And with that, we want to talk about boundaries and support systems. So with this whole entire thing, we want to understand about by being overwhelmed, how can we create the boundaries and support systems in our life?
Yes, you can create boundaries and support systems by really connecting with the areas that you love to do. If you're a baker, you can bake. If you are a painter, paint. If you are someone that loves sports, be in sports. Even for men, getting your men's group. If for women, getting your women's group. Go in things that you like doing first. Okay. So as you go in these groups, if you need to resources and getting those groups are out there. Begin to small in the places that you know how to do first. Like to say, if you're in your church, go in your church groups. Go into a platform that is very positive, to where you're connecting with each other. Both of you giving back to each other. And honestly, go in places where you are welcome, not in places that you're not welcome. So go in places, being sensitive to that. And as you begin to connect with each other, you both give back to each other. And then it's a reciprocal effect. Okay. So as you begin to do that and you begin to share, you'll begin to see that you're not alone, and you have partners to be able to move forward into the next step. And guess what? They'll be able to answer the questions that you don't know of. And then you guys will be able to work together in your gifts and in your strengths together, and you'll be able to mitigate it in that way. And that's how you're able to be positive with that and have a great support system connecting. You're not by yourself. You're doing this together.
Hey, everyone. This is a quick interlude right here. Hey, I got a sponsor. Got a message for you. So check it out.
Speakers, entrepreneurs, professionals, doctors, and lawyers. We are excited to invite you to join Dr. Anthony D. Shannon, that's me, to what? Leaders Live Generously Summit. It's a premier virtual event taking place on February the 17th, 18th, and 19th, 2025. This 3-day summit is crafted to inspire, equip, and empower visionary leaders like you with the information, strategies, and inspiration to win in 2025. At Leaders Live Generously Summit, you'll have the opportunity to transform your leadership, gain insight and practical tools to break through limiting beliefs, soar in your industry, receive cutting-edge strategies that will set you up for success in 2025. We want you to thrive in 2025. Connect with community of like-minded leaders who are committed to living and leading generously. This summit is your chance to come alive and step into your next level of influence, next level of impact. Don't miss out on this transformative experience. Join us and thrive in 2025. To register, go to leaderslivegenerouslysummit.com. We look forward to seeing you soar in your leadership in 2025.
All right, fam, you do not want to miss this experience. So definitely register today. Go to the website and go ahead and follow, join, whatever you need to do, because this opportunity would change your life. So we are thankful for Dr. Anthony D. Shannon for providing this information for us. So, of course, you know what he's doing. He's dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. So, family, that's the end of this interlude. So we're going back to the show. Come on now. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, great advice. You know, what we got here, this certified coach here, man. Come on now. Y'all have no reason to feel like you're overwhelmed, because she was dropping some true gold bars here. And with that said, audience, you know, I got a question for y'all guys. This is how the wise I would do now. We're going to ask a question for y'all guys. So hit the comments. So the question here, and it's a good one. I might even ask Coach to answer as well. But right now it's for you, audience. What is your biggest overwhelm trigger? And what is one strategy from today conversation will you try and will try this week? All right, so hit the comments. Let me say it one more time. What is your biggest overwhelm trigger, and what is one strategy from today's discussion you will try this week? All right, she gave you some solutions. You know what I'm saying, Coach? I think you're already doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That rap song just popped in my head. So you know what I'm saying? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, I had to check out the video. I don't know about the rest of the guys. Just remember the lyrics of the hook. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna try that technique to actually be breathing and focusing, taking a pause. So I appreciate that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. So, all right. We're going to go into, since you talk about overwhelm and everything like that, the reason why we brought you here, you had a podcast entitled Confused to Focus Talks with LaKeisha, and which you actually were dropping 24 karat gold. It was a podcast that you brought in interviews and stuff. But we see that you took a direction and you actually shifted direction from podcast to TV show. So as you always giving information and stuff, and like you're talking about being overwhelmed in the process of overwhelmed, why did you make this effort to actually go from a podcast to a TV show? And tell us what's the difference, or what the best way is the transformation journey. What caused this transformation journey to happen?
Absolutely. This is such a great question. So going from podcast to TV show was an amazing transition for myself. I was in TV before with the LaKeisha Mosley show. So it was a great journey, but going from podcast to television, it really just a great process of me transforming to understand that I needed, to connect with a bigger audience, and honestly take that information that I had from my podcast into an audience where I can relate even bigger. And, television, I'm able to actually connect with, the people closer, and I'm able to actually touch them and actually able to connect with them and actually transform their lives in a bigger audience. And honestly, it's an audience that I'm able to connect with, and how they can transform their lives on a different processes each time. I can do it within her conversation, talking points. Also, I can do it with the different segments that I was going to have in it. And honestly, really able to connect with, have a broader discussion points, and with the lights and with the cameras and being able to share on the stage, and honestly, how you can actually begin to build from like I was doing in my podcast, but in a more visual stage on a television show. So it's honestly is a great stepping stone that I have for myself in order for me to reach my audience on a different level. So it was a great transformation for myself, honestly, and it's what I was used to from years ago, and just being able to mitigate in that way moving forward today. So it was a really great process for myself, and honestly, it's really, really a great dynamic that I'm glad that I'm resourced with being.
Okay. So since you're expanding the platform, how are you maintaining your authentic mission? Because a specific mission. Would that same mission apply to the TV show, or will it go, will it go deeper? I'm just curious.
Honestly, it does still same applies, but it does go deeper. Our mission is really for midlife in order the individuals that they can actually transition in anything that they want. They can still actually do their purpose and still actually move forward ahead. So my whole point is for you to break free from toxic patterns, limitations, and for you to actually begin to perform it on the levels that you want to. If you want actually to transition into business, if you want to transition into connecting a nonprofit or, for profit, whatever standpoint you want to do, and just be able to do it on a level from their point. So honestly, it really was just a great resource for myself to really begin to connect on a bigger stage. Like I literally wanted to be able to do, segments where we can talk about food. I want to be able to talk about, like being your artistry, even music. I want to be able to talk about that platform where we can actually begin on the different states and actually travel in there. I didn't want to just for be in a place where it's just podcast in my studio. I wanted to be out on the road to actually connect with you. I wanted to be able to connect with you in person and actually be able to interview on why you wrote this book. I want to be able to connect there. And it was just a great process for myself. So yeah, I believe that I'm able to actually achieve that and actually continue on my purpose and share wisdom with others and change their life.
Okay, so with that being said, I know a whole lot of people they may think the same way. So and they are in this transition in life. So can you provide any practical steps for podcasters who considering to transition to to TV?
Yes. Oh, that's such a great question. Honestly, if you are in a position and the mission to actually transform into a television show from a podcast, you really can honestly really begin to understand your mission and what you want to do in life. If you want to be able to connect, with a particular niche, if you want to connect with children, you can. If you want to connect with teenagers, if you can with even with midlife and with our seniors, you can actually begin to do that. So have your own structure and have your unique brand, have it set in stone, begin to write it down. And as you begin to write it down, actually begin to speak on what you want to achieve and what problems that you want to solve. Honestly, it's all about solving those problems for other people and how it's going to relate to people. People want to be able to relate to know that you can actually begin to connect with them on a different level and actually solve their problems that they're looking for. And as you begin to extra structure that, you can begin, honestly, get your phone, and begin to video yourself. Okay, start off with that, and you can begin to actually have everything recorded. And honestly, you can start your television show from there, and it can begin to evolve. Honestly, and, have a team with you. The team, if you know somebody around you, you always know somebody that's in media. Somebody that actually is a photographer, or somebody that's good with the camera. You can be yourself. You can actually start it out. Actually, begin to build that, for yourself, and actually, it will continue to evolve.
All right, come on now. Hey, you're right. They got the expert, and the thing is, you don't mind taking the leap. And some people are, like you said, you had a TV show, the LaKeisha Mosley show. Then you went to a transition, and then you had to, you came back out, and you started doing. You've always been in the media field one way or another. Because when I met you in Clubhouse, you had mindset moments. I believe you had mindset moments.
Yes, the LaKeisha.
And, LaKeisha and friends, and you always were there dropping 24 karat gold bars. Indeed. Then also you did the house, you doing the house crazy as you still doing, because we are our moderators there, and you're doing that on Wellness Wednesdays. That is so popular because it definitely deal with the mental health standpoint. And then when you transition, so you know what, I want to get back into the podcast space, and you decided to do Confused to Focus Talks with LaKeisha, which I thought was amazing. You had an amazing theme song, which I know you still play and everything like that. But the thing is, you said, I want to get back to the roots of starting a TV show. But, and that's something, because you can get overwhelmed from that, overwhelmed for the process and procedures. But you took on, you say, you know what, I want to not just do a podcast, but I just want to get out. I want to be able to report on other things, other people's lives, and other things like that. So as you, like you say, you transition to a TV show, which I think is amazing, and that should be inspiring for other people who want to do a transition in life. Podcast, everything. I call my show a podcast because I believe having conversations or interviews and stuff going back and forth for people, providing life, providing tips and solutions for people who have challenges in their lives. So that's the thing here. So this platform is for that. But I love the way how you structure yours. So with that being said, building a I call it a visual brand that resonate with midlife women. So how are you actually wanting to build that brand to what we call so women can visualize how to resonate as being a midlife woman? So what are you trying to do with this platform, with your new platform?
Yes, that's such a great question. Honestly, I really want to connect with midlife women to let them know that they can really do anything that they wanted to do in life. A lot of times we had their visions and dreams, but we forgot about it because we were dealing with so many other things that we're dealing with. When it comes to our family, our children, we're waiting on them to grow up. And, when they graduate high school and they graduate college and they get married, what now? You forget who you are. So it's important for myself to show others, like, don't forget your identity. Don't forget who you are. And if you forgot it, it's okay. You can revive it and remember it. Begin to research, begin to relax and just think about those elements of things that you're good at. Begin to structure yourself in that way. A lot of times midlife women, honestly, we deal with different transition in life, menopause. We deal with that. We deal with those elements. And we just feel like, my triggers are so hard and so problem. I just don't have time. I can't do this. No, you can't. It's just a season in life that happened within you. You can still begin to rebuild. You still here. You can rebuild. You still have greatness within you. And I believe I'm here to show other women and men too that you can continue to do those things that you wanted to do. And it's important for us to always tell ourselves at that daily. Let's start off first thing in the morning. I always say that. Even that's what I think I do on my show. I start off with I am statements. I am great. I am wonderful. I can do anything. And I have to continue to remind myself of that. Even though I said that to myself yesterday, guess what? I got to say that to myself today. My meditations, my talks with God. I have to continue to talk with him and begin to say, God, I know you said I can do this, but I don't know if I can. And God just reminds you, oh, yes, you can. I never leave you nor forsake you. You can achieve anything that you want. And I put it in your heart for a reason. And I want you to remind yourself of that. Record yourself saying that and then replay that in the morning. And I promise you it's going to help you each day to remind yourself of that back. So that truly is my mission, honestly wise, for me to show others that they can really achieve those effects. And just meet someone that's in midlife. I'm just telling you my journey. We're all doing this together. You're not by yourself.
Come on now, 24 karat go bars, family. Dropped indeed. All right, so what that leads, so that's so encouraging. So this got a question for you, audience. I want you to check this out. Hit the comments on this. If you could create your own TV show tomorrow, what unique perspective or story will you bring to help others transform their lives? Aha. Hit the comments. Hit the comments below. You see, Coach Lekeisha is doing it. So what will you do? Okay, family. Hit the comments below. We'll love to hear from you. And also hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't, and definitely share. All right, so we're gonna talk about something because you mentioned something that was dear to your heart and something for this upcoming year, the time of this recording, the upcoming year of 2025. Hey fam, it's the holiday season, so I want to take an opportunity to be able to bless others during the holiday. Y'all be shopping, but I know a lot of us are dealing with our inner self, so I got a book for you, The Entire Where. This book right here would allow you to do a lot of self-reflection, but not just that, it will motivate you to walk towards your purpose in life. And I really guarantee you, your life will be changed by purchasing this book and reading it. So I have the digital copy that we're selling for 50% off, but as well, I do have a pre-order for the physical book, and that will be 20% off for those who are looking for that. And with that, you get a surprise with that who pre-order as well. As well, family, go ahead and go to the merch site and you can go ahead and get a 24 karat gold bar shirt as well. So you can go ahead and shop there and get shirts where they're there too, and they will be discounted for this Black Friday as well. Family, we thank you for support the Wise Hour, and hey, we're looking forward for more and more conversations. So take care, enjoy yourself during the holidays. Again, make sure you make the purchase. Go to the website and beyond. You mentioned something that you want to talk about, and that was called the Smile Awards Retreat. And so, first of all, what is you said the Smile Awards Retreat? So the Smile Awards, what that really means? Break that down. The Smile Awards. So you say, I see you got one for Smile. I think you're known for that. So we'd love to know what you mean by that.
Yes, thank you so much, Wise. The Smile Awards retreat is truly a retreat that I know it just really each and every person that's need to understand who they are and they can have a smile within themselves. Honestly, it's really a signature on personal growth. And honestly, it's really a philosophy of myself. I love to smile. You know, I remember a time where I was told that, why are you smiling? There's nothing to smile about. We got work to do. We got better things to do. And, you know, when you hear that constantly over and over again, realize in my environment, I remember, you know, just being, you know, downgraded in my soul. And I remembered how I began to shut up in my spirit and I began to just conform to what other people were saying. That was a problem. So one thing about the Smile Awards, I'm able to really transform and show other people to lead with joy, honestly, lead with clarity and honestly, and that smile effect is really a celebration of life. And honestly, it's a process of showing your milestones that you achieved and honestly how you begin to heal from life struggles. And honestly, it's really a platform to be able to show others that, you know, show your success. Tell us what you did today. Tell us what you did this month. Did you achieve those goals? And you began to show others how you achieved those goals and how you were able to support with yourself. Honestly, it's a process where everyone is going to feel authenticity and they're going to feel a sense of vision and honestly a celebration effect. And honestly, it's a process where we're going to have celebration and we're going to have good time and we're going to talk to each other. And definitely it's going to be a process of just being resilient in life. And honestly, it's really a synergy that really everyone is going to definitely enjoy. So definitely it's a retreat every year, just be able to show each other in that effect.
Okay, so it's going to be a treat. I guess you'll say a local retreat that people come together, or you're trying to do a virtual. What's the style of this one?
Well, actually, this one is honestly, yes, it is a virtual, but it will be an in-person retreat as well. So it's an in-person retreat that we're going to connect with at a location and actually be able to talk to each other. So we're going to have a conversation with that. So online is always a great way because other times people are not able to connect together. So having that effect as well has been very important.
Okay, so you're trying to do a dual pack. Okay. I guess we'll get more information as to come. So how are you creating? With that being said, so you can do both. How are you creating a safe space for being vulnerable, but and to be able to celebrate? Because when you're in a close environment, it's just you there. You put the cameras and stuff there. I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying? How do you create that safe space?
Wow, how do I create that safe space? Honestly, I began to focus on things that I really love and enjoy to do. Honestly, began to, you know, I need to start off within myself first before I even open the door to anybody else. I began to start off with my affirmations and with prayer and things of that nature to create a safe space. And honestly, you began to build up on that. And when I'm around with others, I began to put myself in an environment where when I open the doors to other people, I'm able to really share with them positively. And then I began to share with them insights on how they can connect together. Honestly, it's really is a process that I can do first thing in the morning. It has to be first thing in the morning before I even break out with anybody else and begin to really ooze out to show it to other people. So when I go in the boardroom, when you go into the stages or anyone else, even when you go on the microphone on virtual effect, then I'm able to be equipped to really continue on.
All right. So with that being said, what practical tips would you give attendees to maximize their retreat experience?
Well, what I can do to maximize their retreat experience is really having those I am statements, really connect with them when it comes to that as well. So honestly, I can be into when, like I would say this, when you go and have a seat and have a connection at your table, you're going to be able to connect with somebody and then talk to them and say, hey, my name is LaKeisha. And then you say, hey, my name is Johnny or my name is Beth. How are you? And then you begin to share with them who you are and begin to say your brief bio. I will say a brief pitch with each other. And you may not have never met them before, but you introduce yourself and begin to connect and share with something that they're great about. Like, I noticed that you're wearing a really nice suit. Oh, I noticed you had a really nice dress. I really enjoy that. And begin to share something positive to that person. And honestly, those accolades are really something that I really want to share with others. And how you begin to build up in that, you begin to build and connect with somebody that you haven't met before. And honestly, those are really great ways to really connect with your environment and the people around you.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. I love that. So I'm looking forward to that. I know you said you're starting up to be doing your first one in 2025. So there'll be more information to come. I know you'll share it definitely on this platform. And as you like you said, you transfer, you leap into the TV world as a TV program, and also you're gonna have to retreat, the Smile Retreat. So I assume the Smile, excuse me, let me say it right, the Smile Awards Retreat. So I'm assuming people who will receive awards
Yes.
for the smiles and stuff like that. So we're looking forward to that, and we excited that you are stepping forward and moving to the plan what God calls you. So with that being said, you've been on the platform before, so you know what the question is going to be. Define the word life and what do life means to you.
You know, life means so much to me. It means growth, it means learning, it means connection with others. Honestly, it means sharing experiences with joy, and just understanding what our purpose is. You know, as we begin to do that, you have self-discovery of yourself and begin to understand how you can really, show love to other people and transform their lives. Honestly, life means that I can really have great success in my balance and have alignment with my inner self and begin to understand that my values matter to others.
Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. 24 karat gold ball dropped in the Coach Lekeisha. Can you tell the audience how they can get in contact with you?
Yes, well, I am definitely on my website at IamLaKeisha.com, and you can connect with me and definitely with my resources, and definitely connect with me and how you can definitely champion anything that I have. I have the amazing processes in my website that are able to connect with you and definitely help you with your personal growth, and also definitely on Confused Talks Keep TV is really a great way to connect with me. And I love to connect with each and every one of you. You can always connect with me on social media on abroad.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, and the information will be in description just below the like button, family. So make sure you like and subscribe. We thank you, Coach Lekeisha, and we thank you for talking about being overwhelmed from this, the holiday season, the time of the recording. And this doesn't matter because we can get overwhelmed any time of the year and any season. But we know a lot of people are going through, and we thank you for providing some methods like the 3-4. No, I said it wrong. The 5-4-3-2-1 method that we can apply. That I should know because I could think of the song. I think of the song now again. So we appreciate those Dogo bars, and we're looking forward to having you, of course, back on the show again to Ashley to drop some more 24 karat gold bars, and let us know about any upcoming events, because I know you got several events that you plan to do in 2025. And like I said, you're always a coach here because you know how to get people from being stuck to be unstuck and from being confused to focus. So we appreciate you.
I appreciate you as well. Thank you for having me.
All right, family. That was true 24 karat gold bars dropped in D. Coach Lekeisha came in and just let you know that you can use the 5-4-3-2-1 method to actually help you through the process. And what you want to do is pause and process. In the holiday season, and not even just because it's just the holiday season, even just life in general. When you get overwhelmed, you want to use the techniques to be able to bless you. So what I want to do, guys, is just make sure that you understand this process. I also want to encourage you guys to check out the book Entire Wear. This book right here is a transformational book that will help you get through your life journey. As you journey through the life, as me talking about my journey to manhood, it's just more than that. It just give you information to reflect about life and how to persevere through life. So definitely pick up your copy a day. You can go to this website, click on the link and you can get yourself a digital copy of the book today. Come on now, family. If you know anybody who's struggling, you also can also purchase that digital copy of the book for them as well. Also, I want you guys to go to my merch line. So you can go to this website and go ahead and check out some of the t-shirts, the wear t-shirt, the 24 karat gold bars, and there'll be some more t-shirts that's going to be available as well. So definitely, you want to support the channel, go there as well. So family, we thank you. You know what I'm going to say. Love is an action word. While you're taking the time to love yourself, make sure you show love to someone else. And we'll see you next time on the Wise Hour. So family, take care and peace.
Feeling lost in the crowd, hard-headed, just looking loud, searching for a brighter day. In the midst, find our way. Pain shadows every move, struggle trying to improve. Hope whispers in my ear, telling me the way to feel. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Voices calling out my name, time to break out from the same. Chains fall away like rain, freedom never felt this way. Heartbeats taking the lead, planting courage like a seed. On this path we'll unite, in the darkness find the light. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Voices calling out my name, time to break out from the same. Chains fall away like rain, freedom never felt this way. Heartbeats taking the lead, planting courage like a seed. On this path we'll unite, in the dark